When the current Labour administration came in 2016, we'd already had 6 years of austerity and our libraries were already under threat at that point. What a lot of people don't know is that the previous administration also left a £30 million black hole in the budget, so finances were incredibly tight and a lot of difficult decisions had to be made. One of the things that came under review was the future of the library service, but a lot of people value our libraries very highly, including in Brislington, where the library is probably the only community building that we have at the moment. So we didn't want in Brislington our library to close, and one of the things I came up with was the idea of putting together user stories from all the people who use the library to prove how popular it is and how much it means to people around here. So our local Labour Party took that idea up with gusto. We produced a book, we produced a presentation, we took it all into the Mayor in City Hall, and we made sure that he was really aware of how important the library was to people around here. And it was really pleasing when early in 2018 the Mayor came along to Wick Road Library to announce that they'd found the money to keep all Bristol's libraries open for 4 more years, which was as far in advance as they could plan. So at the moment our library is open, and provided we get a Labour administration again in 2020, they will definitely be open at least until 2022. But this year we've been given a pot of £4,000 of extra money to spend on the library, and what we've done is we've reinvigorated the Friends of Wick Road Library group. I'm really proud to be part of that, along with several other members of the local Labour Party, and we're going to be able to use the building now out of hours to host other events, so people will be able to come along and do things in the library out of hours, because as Friends of Wick Road Library Group we'll have access to the library whenever we want. So at the moment things are looking really good for the local library, but it was a struggle to get here, and I'm really pleased to say I was like a part of that campaign. Successive Tory governments have made it so hard to build new council housing, but I'm really pleased that Bristol City Council are living up to their pledge to build 2,000 new homes, of which 800 every year will be affordable from 2020, and some of those homes will be council houses like the ones you can see behind me, which have been built here in Broom Hill. There are plans for plenty more as well, so really pleased that we're on target to meet our pledge from 2016 on that. This is the concourse of Brislington Village. It's hardly the most welcoming place when you first drive into Brislington these days. It's really run down. It really needs a revamp. I'm talking with the council at the moment about what could be done in this area, because in other parts of Bristol we're doing things to bring areas like this back to life, and I'd really like to see that happen here as well. I'm also working with a local residents group who want to put on some one-off events in the area and just attract people back in so that they can see what's happening here, and hopefully that will help to liven the place up as well, make it more welcoming. So the 36 bus has been a bit of a joke in these parts for some time. We've just seen people get off on a Sunday who've used that bus to come back in, probably from town, but I discovered in November the first bus were planning to cut all Sunday services and all evening services on the 36 bus, even though it's the only bus that goes through St Anne's, and it does provide a lifeline for some people. So I couldn't let that lie. I started a petition which rapidly gained over 400 signatures in just over a week, and then I went to see the Mayor and talked to him about how vital that service is, and I'm really pleased that the Mayor understood the problem and agreed to subsidise those Sunday and evening services for the time being until a better solution can be found. So I'm really pleased that that direct action that I took resulted in the 36 bus continuing to run. The 36, of course, used to run all the way over to Hengrove, but first decided to cut the service in half some while ago in order to try and improve the frequency. And one of the things they did was they made this bus stop here the beginning of the 36 route. Now, this means that if you want to swap from the 36 to the 96, you've got to stand in the rain here. There's no shelter, this is not a bus interchange, and yet school children who come in from Bath in the afternoons, they're lined up against this wall waiting for the bus. It's just not suitable. And where this bus stop really should be is here at the Brislington Park and Ride, where there is shelter and the buses can park safely and people can wait in comfort between buses. Common sense.